Hello and welcome to my review of the Primaris Space Marine Suppressors squad. Currently the only way to get these is through the Shadowspear box set, which will cost you £105, and it's quite a pricey way of getting hold of new, well, Primaris Space Marines. It's best off looking at the set, in my opinion, as entirely new Chaos Space Marines. And I much prefer the models in the set, as my recent reviews have demonstrated. Anyway, I'm going to review these suppressors. I'm going to look at the models in detail, do some size comparisons, and then I'll go through their rules, which are included in the Vanguard Space Marines mini codex, which comes with the box set. So much like their brothers in the Inceptor squad, they consist of one suppressor sergeant and two suppressors. It doesn't say that you can include an additional 3 like you can with the Inceptors, so you could have 6, but still, this is what you get the 3. This is the suppressor sergeant. The models went together not too bad, probably the trickiest ones in the Primaris force. Other than that, Primaris Vanguard captain, he's so tricky, that one. Anyway, they're tricky in the sense that they've got the ammo feeds, and the accelerator autocannons have a fair few mold lines and things. The poses are not too bad. I mean, you could chip the plug off and move his head a different way. I do like these kind of grav shoot extra parts that are on these ones compared to the Inceptors. The Inceptors have these big kind of booster packs, whereas these have 4 smaller ones. They still have the booster packs on their calves, but they also have these little directional fins, which work quite well actually. Anyway, the sergeant himself, he's got a little bit of detail in there. He's got a couple of frag grenades. He's got a purity seal and a bolt pistol. Yeah, quite straightforward. Got this extra gubbins bit here, which is actually the smoke launcher, and more on that later on. So that's the sergeant. I haven't obviously glued him to the stand, because that would make spraying him and painting him an absolute chore. But I suppose until you painted him, you could put a bit of blue tack there and just keep him up. So that's the first one. These two suppressors are exactly the same models. The only difference here is the head positioning. So this is one of the examples of the duplicate models in the set. Would have been great to have some kind of targeting, iron sight or something pop up on there, much like well, even on the Lord Discordant for Chaos, there's some kind of iron sight thing, but that would have been pretty awesome if they had an iron sight on there. But still, there you go, they're exactly the same model. They are duplicates, they're twins. It's just the head position is slightly different. I like their helmets though. I like these studs on and the actual mask itself, but like the sergeant, again, they've got the fins on the calves this time. And they've got a couple of pouches and even a round and purity seal, which you can't really see. So there you go, they're the same model. We'll say that the bases are different though. They've bundled in different kind of mini scenic bases, a skull with a load of ammunition and a bit of rockcrete with reinforced concrete with an iron bar sticking out, and on the sergeant's one there's actually one of the new Chaos Space Marine helmets, which is pretty cool. Okay, let me do some size comparisons. So he can just stay like that, and this guy I can do all the size comparisons. So first off, I want to do some size comparisons with well, just one of the other miniatures in the set, which is a Vanguard Space Marine. We'll just choose this one. As you can see, they are the same height. They are Primaris Space Marines. The suppressor though is a bit beefier, slightly different armour, not the Phobos armour, but there you go. Hope that helps. Compared to another Inceptor, well, an Inceptor actually, they are pretty much the same size. The main difference, obviously, other than the weapons, the assault bolters, and is this huge jump pack that the Inceptors has got. This huge jetpack with a load of thrusters. Their armour is, for the most part, quite similar. I mean, this is one of the easy to build ones. I say, you know, easy to build from the Dark Imperium set. But I hope that helps. It's got this big hood as well, maybe for atmospheric entry, but and the shoulder pauldrons are a bit different as well, as you can see, a bit more chunkier. So there's the difference between them, but they work quite well in harmony. I mean, if you had them all together, I suppose. I just want to show you a comparison with the normal models I do, which is the standard Primaris Intercessor, similar kind of height, and then a smaller normal Marine. They are, yeah, a little bit bigger than the normal Space Marine there. I'll just show you a size comparison with Chaos model. I think I want to show you it with yeah, normal Chaos Space Marine from the set. They are bigger, they are Primaris. The Chaos Space Marines aren't the same size as the Primaris in the set. I mean, I could just do that and show you that the Primaris are a fair bit bigger. I mean, look at the size difference there. Yeah. Anyway, and then an obliterator, I suppose. They don't really have the same bulk as an obliterator, but hopefully that size comparison helps. Apologies if I've missed one out in these size comparisons, but there you go. I thought that they would help get some idea of the size of these suppressors. When I first saw the artwork, like with the Lord Discordant, I was very excited and couldn't wait to get my hands on them. But like the rest of the Primaris models, I was a little bit disappointed. They are a bit lackluster, for me at least. Much prefer the Chaos Space Marine models in the set. Anyway, let's get down to the rules, which you'll find in the mini codex. They are a fast attack choice and a power points cost of a 5, and they are a match play points cost of 18 per model. The accelerator autocannons are 15 each, so that puts them at 33 points per model. That is 99 points for the squad of 3. The smoke launcher, seems like you get that for free for the sergeant, but you are going to have to pay for the grav shoots, which are 2 points each, so that's another 6. So that's 105 points for the whole squad. So their stat line reads, their movement is 12 inches, making it the fastest unit for the Primaris. Weapon skill and ballistic skill of 3+, strength 4, toughness 4, 2 wounds, 2 attacks, leadership 7 and a save of 3+. The sergeant has movement of 12 inches, weapon skill and ballistic skill 3+, strength and toughness both 4, 2 wounds, but this time has 3 attacks and a better leadership at 8, same save of 3+. Compare that to the infiltrator squad, exactly the same stat line except for the movement speed. It's just double the movement speed. So the unit contains 1 suppressor sergeant and 2 suppressors. Each model is equipped with a grav chute and armed with an accelerator autocannon, bolt pistol, frag grenades and crack grenades. So the accelerator autocannon, this is the main reason why you'd get these. I don't know whether it's worth having these big autocannons on fast moving units, because it means their effective range is 60 inches, which is astronomical. They can whip about and fire these autocannons willy-nilly. It's like I say, it's a range of 48 inches, heavy 2, strength 7, AP -2 and damage of 2. How does that compare to a normal autocannon then? Which you won't find in your normal Space Marine Codex or your Death Guard. I'm actually looking in my new Chaos Space Marine Codex to see the stat line of a normal autocannon, believe it or not. Well, it's normal autocannon is same range, 48 inches, heavy 2, same strength, but an AP -1 and a damage of 2. So the accelerator autocannon just beats it with that extra armor penetration. So it's armor penetration of -2 there. That's the main difference, that you're getting autocannons but a better armor penetration. Bolt pistols are just normal bolt pistols, range 12 inches, pistol 1, strength 4, AP 0 and a damage of 1. And then the frag grenades are 6 inch, grenade D6, strength 3, AP 0 and a damage of 1. The crack grenades are 6 inch, grenade 1, strength 6, AP -1 and a damage of D3. Quite straightforward, the rest of their war gear. So their abilities, and they shall know no fear, and smoke launcher. So once per battle, instead of shooting any weapons in the shooting phase, a suppressor sergeant can use its smoke launcher until your next shooting phase. Your opponent must subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks made with ranged weapons that target this unit. That's pretty good. It means that you can move about, get in position, and then fire that smoke launcher for the sergeant. It doesn't say that the rest of your squad can't fire or anything like that. It just means that you forgo the sergeant's shooting to fire off that smoke launcher. So it's quite impressive actually, and quite a good thing to use if you're caught out in the open. Grav shoot. During deployment, you can set this unit in low altitude instead of placing it on the battlefield. At the end of any of your movement phases, this unit can descend. Set it up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from any enemy models, so they can just swoop in and set up anywhere. That might be alright, you know, at least you're keeping them safe for a little while because there's only 3 of them. And then finally, suppressing fire. If this unit destroys any enemy models in your shooting phase with its accelerator autocannons, the destroyed models unit cannot fire Overwatch until the end of the turn. That's alright, hence why they've got the name Suppressors, you know, because they've got that suppressing fire ability. Keywords: Imperium, Adeptus Astartes, Chapter, Infantry, Jump Pack, Primaris, Fly and Suppressor Squad. So there you go, that is the Suppressor Squad. Like I say, the artwork looked amazing. In reality, they're all right models. They have a very, very specific role, and even that I'm not quite sure about. I mean, they're a long range support unit, but you can only have 3 of them. They're going to be vulnerable to other long range weaponry. However, they can counter that with those smoke launchers. They definitely can pump out those 6 shots enemy units if you want to, and it's a high strength and a good armor penetration too, so that might be a deterrent, and it's certainly going to make your opponent think a little bit more about how to deal with these and the priority of dealing with them. I mean, I think if they had a squad of 6 of them pumping out 12 strength 7 AP -2 shots, that is what I call suppressing fire. Anyway, what do you guys think of the models and the rules? Please do put your comments below. As always, it'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.